Hi guys, I hope you're all having an awesome day today. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Colourpop x Lizzie Mcguire collection right here. I loved the Lizzie Mcguire show growing up in the movie. I was obsessed with it, so when I saw that this collection was launching, I just needed to have it because it's very nostalgic for me. As you can see, my hair, I'm repping that era right now, but I really just wanted to try it out today. I'm going to swatch everything that I own from it for you guys, and I'm also going to show you how I created this eyeshadow look and this makeup look overall using the blush, the palette, and a gloss. And so if you want to see that, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to try out today is a pressed powder blush, and I have the shade You Are Magnifico. This blush here retails for $12. As you can see, the packaging is absolutely beautiful. You have a tie-dye theme going on with some flowers, and I think it's perfect for this era, and I'm actually not going to get rid of this packaging at all. Then the actual little palette is the same way. Very pretty packaging, and we do get a really nice size mirror inside, which I appreciate for a blush. And there are some glitters in the blush. I actually prefer matte blushes, but I'm glad to have this one. I think it's very pretty, and for special occasions, why not? And here's a quick swatch of it. It's very bright, and I did kind of sheer it out, but you can definitely build this up. As you can see right now, I'm going to apply it to my cheeks, and it's extremely pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. As you can see, I applied way too much, so I went in with a fluffy brush and just kind of sheared that out a little bit. But that's definitely a plus, because it means that this blush is going to last me forever. A little bit goes a long way. Now we're going to get into the eyeshadow palette, my favorite part ever. And this is the What Dreams Are Made Of palette, which is such a beautiful name if you watch the show. And the packaging, again, just the same as the blush. We have a tie-dye theme going on with some flowers, very colorful and bright. And on the back of the palette, you have the shade names. I just really adore this. This is just definitely my kind of palette. And then once you open it up, you also get a really nice size mirror. Very pretty. It's cardboard packaging, but very pretty and sturdy. And inside you get a total of 12 eyeshadows. At first I wasn't too crazy about this color story, but once trying it out, I really do like it. You have some neutrals, some brights. Overall, I really do like it. And once I swatched it, I felt more in love with it. It's brighter than it looks in the pans once you swatch it. But you get really nice purples, some pinks and corals. You got a little bit of lime going on. And overall, I just really love the color story. Now we're going to get into the tutorial. And the first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyelids using the NYX eyeshadow base in the shade White. And I'm just going to use my finger to apply this all over my eyelids. Now I'm going to take a Morphe M321 brush, and this is the crease brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade Done and Done. At first in the pan, this looks like sort of a brown, sort of in the brown family to me, but it applies more coral on my eyes, which I actually really loved. So I'm going to use this as my transitional shade. So I'm going to apply this all over my crease. I'm first just going to be packing on the color and building it up, and then I'm going to slowly drag it upwards and blend it out so that we get a more natural application and we get a little bit of dimension. Okay, so now that I've built up enough color, I'm going to go ahead and start doing circular motions upwards just to blend out my shadow and also drag it a little bit higher on my lid. This is just going to give us a little bit more dimension, make the look seem a little bit more natural. And this shadow performed very nicely. It's very nice and blendable, pigmented, but it's also, you can kind of work with it. It's not extremely pigmented. If you want it to be extremely pigmented, you can get it that way. But for today, I wanted something a little bit more subtle, just so I could use it as a transitional shade. And this shade worked really nice for that. I really took my time blending that out, but I'm very satisfied. So now I cleaned off my crease brush, and using that same brush, I dipped into that beautiful purple color, Digital Bean. What a cute name. And I'm going to apply this again on my crease, but sort of on the top part of my lid. So my crease and my top lid. That way we get a little bit of contrast between that initial color and this purple, but I don't want it just on the crease. I want it a little bit lower. So if you know what I mean, top lid and crease. And I'm just going to build that up first, just to make sure that we have a really nice line of contrast. But we will be blending it out so that we don't have any harsh lines. Now I'm just going back and forth doing sort of windshield wiper motions, just building up the pigment, but also doing circular motions a little bit up, just to make sure that we don't have any harsh lines, but we also want to build it up. So build up the pigment and then blend a little bit upwards, and you'll be able to get that beautiful kind of contrast between those two colors. And so far I really love how these shadows have performed, and I have no issues at all, no patchiness going on, and I just really do like the formula. So I think I'm satisfied for now, and I went in with my finger and dipped into that beautiful purple shimmer. Hello Fabulous. How pretty is that? And I'm going to apply this to my lid. That is very pigmented, buttery, and just I think a beautiful shimmer overall. So I'm just taking my finger to apply this all over my lid. Now I'm taking a Luxie 209 large shader brush just to perfect the application of that shimmer, which I actually think now it's a lavender shimmer, which I think is so pretty. Really nice contrast between that purple on top and then this lavender shimmer. So I'm just perfecting the application of that shimmer all over my lid. And now I cleaned off the crease brush from earlier, and I dipped into that beautiful hot pink glittery color, Outfit Repeater. What an adorable name. So I'm going to apply this to the outer corner of my eye. I'm going to blend it upwards and into my outer crease just to get a little bit more contrast going on. And I just really wanted to use as many shades as possible. And this shadow was also very pretty too. Then I took my finger and dipped into that beautiful light pink shimmer, Outfit Rememberer. What an adorable name. And I applied this to my center lid, and I really love this. I think this brought the look together for me. Very nice and soft, buttery, and just very soft and pretty. And then I went in with that Luxie brush from earlier, and I cleaned it off and used the other side and just kind of blended it to my center lid to make it look a little bit nicer. Then I cleaned off my crease brush from earlier, and I dipped into that purple again, Digital Bean. And I applied it to my lower lash line. I wasn't too sure what to do for my lower lash line, but I went ahead and started with purple just to kind of get something going on. But I'm just trying to build up that pigment. So I wasn't really satisfied. I felt like something was missing. So I dipped into that very pretty lime color. It's a matte color, Don't Freak. And I'm using an MOTD brush, pigment packer brush, and I'm applying this sort of to the half inner part of my lower lash line, and it was just really not building up. I really wanted to kind of do some contrast between the purple and the lime green, but this matte wasn't doing it for me. So I decided to try and dip into that shimmer, Dear Diary. So I just tried it out really quick. I thought it wouldn't work. I thought it wouldn't be as pigmented because it's a shimmer, and I'm used to mattes just being more pigmented. But this really surprised me, and I could not believe. Can you see that? The difference, how pigmented it is? So that did it for me. I went ahead and decided to just apply it to all over my lower lash line. And I think it just looks really nice right on top of the purple, having some of that purple on the outer part of my lower lash line, and then going towards the inner part with the lime green shimmer. I think it's just beautiful, and I went ahead and just kept building up the pigment, but I'm so satisfied with it so far. Now I took a small pencil brush. This is from Luxie as well, and I dipped into the shade Bye-Bye. This is a very pretty like champagne shimmer. I applied it to my inner corner and underneath my brow bone, and it's just so pretty. And overall, this palette is just really performing like a dream so far. Now I'm taking a Luxie 231 small tapered blending brush, and I'm going to blend out the shadow, especially at that outer V that I created, which is a little bit extra for me. So I'm just going to blend it out, toning it down a little bit. We're not blending too much on top because we did that earlier. But yeah, just making sure that everything looks a little bit nicer. And now it's time for gloss, and this is the So Juicy gloss. This retails for $9, and I have the shade Miranda. So you can see it looks like hot pink. And I'm gonna give you a quick swatch. It does look pretty like clear, but it's extremely glossy. That's what it looks like. And I decided to just first go in with a lip liner, and I'm using the Illamasqua lip liner in the shade Media. This is just sort of a very subtle pink. And I used it as a liner, but I also applied it all over my lips just to get a very subtle pink color going on. And then I went on top of that with the gloss to make it extremely glossy, which is what I'm going for today, obviously. Okay guys, so I'm going to finish off the rest of the look, just some final touches, and I'll be back to show you guys the final look. Okay, so this is how the look turned out. I'm very pleased with it. I'm never disappointed with Colourpop's formula. I love the look of the eyes without liner, just a little bit more subtle. I applied some white liner to my waterline, and I went in with this lip liner from the brand Illamasqua, and it's in the shade Media. So then I went in with the gloss on top, and I really do love the combo. It's so pretty. This gloss takes me back to my high school days. I remember just like using these kinds of glosses in the hallways all the time, and it tastes like bubblegum. It's very comfortable on the lips actually. It's not too sticky at all, and it's just so pretty, and I'm glad that I have it in my collection. The palette again performed very nicely. The color story really impressed me. The shimmers are so stunning and pigmented, and so are the mattes, but I think the shimmers outdid the mattes this time. Like this lime shimmer here that I have underneath my lower lash line. I was very impressed with it, and the blush is extremely pigmented. I had to go in with a fluffy brush just to get some of that pigment gone because it was a lot going on. But overall, I love the collection. Let me know in the comments, are you guys grabbing anything from this new collection? What do you think about it? And I think that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye guys.